This video is brought to you by Squarespace, the all-in-one website platform for entrepreneurs to stand out and succeed online. The Oscars are coming up, and in light of all that, I wanted to talk about it with you guys. So I asked you on Twitter to send me your unpopular opinions and hot takes about the nominees. And oh boy, are there some interesting ones here. Poor Things should absolutely be winning Best Score. Yes, Oppenheimer is great music, and Killers of the Flower Moon would be great for Robbie, but Poor Things' score did the most to elevate the actual film. The Alexandria scene alone would not be what it is without Fendrix's score. Listen, I love the Poor Things score. It's inventive, and they miraculously found a sound that fit the atmosphere of the film perfectly, yet it still sounds cohesive and pretty. It honestly does a lot of heavy lifting and elevates the emotional weight of most scenes in the film. I agree, the Alexandria scene would not be what it is without that score. It's an incredible score, and it would be great to see Fendrix get an Oscar, but Oppenheimer still clears. Man, you can say all the same stuff about the Oppenheimer score. That much of the film would not be what it is without it. To me, not only does the Oppenheimer score sound gorgeous, but it works as an engine to the film. It carries nearly 3 hours of screen time and never misses a beat. There's an incredible amount of texture and nuance to its sound that keeps it fresh and intense, and in many ways I see it as the glue that holds the entire thing together. Really, it's one of the best scores ever, to be honest. And Fendrix is probably going to make something even better than Poor Things somewhere down the line, so let's hold off. Margot Robbie was not snubbed for actress in a leading role. Yeah, I could definitely see Margot Robbie taking Annette Bening's place, but there's a lot of people I'd put in that place before I got to Margot Robbie. Natalie Portman, Greta Lee, Fantasia Barrino, Kaylee Spaney, just to name a few. I'm definitely not anti-Barbie, and I do think Margot Robbie did a great job. The film wouldn't be what it is without her. But guys, it was a stacked year, and I wouldn't call this a snub. America Ferrera gave the best performance in the supporting actress category, and her nomination isn't just for the monologue. What? Listen, I'm also not anti-America Ferrera. I guess I can sort of get behind her nomination being for more than just the monologue, even though, let's be real, that's the thing that got her the nomination. That's the only thing that people really remember about her performance. But all that aside, did you see The Holdovers? Da'Vine Joy Randolph is so incredible in that film, and anyone could tell you this way before she became the clear frontrunner. She just brings so much tenderness to the movie, and again, is an essential piece to the entire thing. The film wouldn't be the same without her. You can't really say that about America Ferrera. She's good in Barbie, but she's not all that. And that's just Da'Vine Joy Randolph. What about Emily Blunt, Danielle Brooks? She's just not on that level, in my opinion, but I am fascinated in what you see in the performance that I can't see. If The Dark Knight was the reason behind expanding Best Picture category up to 10 slots, then Barbie is the reason why they should condense it back to 5 slots. I got a couple of thoughts on this one. For one, I agree that 10 is excessive and makes the idea of the average Joe watching every Best Picture nominee kind of unseeable. That's a lot of movies, even if I like a majority of them. And when it feels crowded, it does feel a bit less like a major honor, especially when award shows have gotten so predictable and you see stuff like American Fiction or Triangle of Sadness and you're like, well, obviously it's not going to win the award, so why is it even here? Another point, though, I do think 5 is too small. For some reason, 7 is a sexy number to me. Like, it's kind of random, but it's specific. I think when there are 10, there's always 3 completely unnecessary picks, so 7 is just solid. But now, as far as Barbie goes, I think even if they were to lower it to 5, Barbie would probably still make the cut. It probably wouldn't on my own ballot, but the Oscars would 100% still include it. It would probably be Oppenheimer, The Holdovers, Poor Things, Barbie, and Killers of the Flower Moon, if we're being real. And even if you don't think Barbie is one of the best films of the year, you can't deny it was one of the biggest. It resonated with a lot of people, and the craft that went into it was really well done. I think Best Picture should represent both the best of the year, but also the biggest and what stuck with people that year. And when you look at Barbie, it's just arguably the movie of 2023. I mean, it was a whole moment, and it happened to be a pretty good movie, so it makes complete sense to me. But I agree that 10 slots, a bit much. Sterling K. Brown deserves to win in the Best Supporting Actor category. All are great, and my personal favorite would be Charles Melton if nominated, but the way Sterling manages to do so much with so little screen time, mesmerized. Honestly, out of all the nominees this year, I do think I would be the happiest about a Sterling K. Brown win. It would be the most satisfying. I mean, you seriously could make the case that of this bunch, with the exception of maybe Robert Downey Jr., Sterling K. Brown is the only one that is giving a performance for a fully fleshed out person. Ken is absurd. Duncan is also basically a cartoon character. William Hale is a cold-hearted villain. Don't get me wrong, I still love all three of these performances. I think they all deserve awards, for sure. But yeah, Sterling K. Brown is playing someone who adds a hell of a lot of heart into American fiction, a movie I feel would be way too dry if not for him. He's kind of a complicated character that also happens to be the comic relief for the film. I can 100% get behind him. But at the end of the day, I do like what Robert Downey Jr. does in Oppenheimer quite a bit and would ultimately pick that, even if people are starting to turn on that performance for being overhyped. But I appreciate the Sterling K. Brown love and think he should be in the conversation a bit more. The Holdovers is a perfectly enjoyable comedy, but I do not understand the volume of praise it is receiving at all. I can see not being a part of the praise the film is getting, thinking it's just good and fine, but you have to at least see why it's getting so much praise. The film has all the ingredients to be an Oscar sweetheart. I mean, it has a crowd-pleasing story, there's something nostalgic about the entire thing, great performances all around, a major comfort watch, which is such a refresher, a really solid dramedy, which is hard to come by. I mean, you look at it, and it just has all the right pieces to be a hit with critics and audiences. It's a completely inoffensive, sad, and funny movie. Of course, it's getting all the praise. It's good. People forgot about How to Blow Up a Pipeline. Could have been an adapted screenplay easily. Hard. Agree. How to Blow Up a Pipeline in general should have been a much bigger deal than it ended up being. Could have seen this getting adapted screenplay, score, sound, cinematography, fuck it, directing. It's an incredible movie that deserved a lot more love in general. It's not a shocker that the Oscars completely ignored it. But speaking of, Asteroid City not getting nominated for anything is the worst thing to happen in cinema history. There's a few things worse than this. Also, guys, I asked you for hot takes. This is freezing, which is all to say, yeah, of course I agree. It's actually kind of insane to me that this movie got 0 nominations. That makes actually 0 sense. Not even production design. Is the Academy blind? Probably. Anyway, that's enough for now. I got a lot more Oscar stuff coming soon, so subscribe and to get in on all that. And for now, thanks for watching. Go watch the Oscar nominees and form your own unpopular opinions, and before you head out. Hey everyone, I'm in bed because I had knee surgery earlier this week. But anyway, this video is sponsored by Squarespace, the best place to go to build a website and make that idea of yours come to life. They have this wonderful feature called Fluid Engine, which is a next-generation website design system that allows you to customize every design detail with reimagined drag and drop technology. As someone who wants to go into filmmaking and makes videos on the internet for my job, I love their video collection feature, which allows me to host video content, organize my video library, and showcase my content on beautiful video pages for desktop or mobile. And to make the entire process that much easier, they have a beautiful asset library, which allows you to upload, organize, and access all your content from one central hub and use them across the Squarespace platform. The best part is that you can go to squarespace.com to start your free trial, and when you're ready to launch that beautiful website of yours, go to squarespace.com/Karsten to get 10% off of your first purchase.